Well, good morning, everybody. I had a nice car ride over to the pier where I got on a
Know
bus.
that most of Thai's girl, if they need to diet, they ignore all kind of food.
Took about an hour's drive out of the city to the previous capital of Thailand. I think it's pronounced Ayutthaya, but I know that's wrong. Right now we are exploring Mata Wat Tat? Wat Watatat, I think. It's a temple. Temples. And they have all these pagodas everywhere that were used to store artifacts. It's beautiful. It's very serene out here. There's not a whole lot of people. The thing that's really interesting is a lot of statues are missing their heads or even their hands. And that's because they were prized in the Western culture. So thieves would come to these temples and cut off the heads or the hands, these small bits, so they could sell them. For example, one statue, a head was attempted to get cut off. The police caught them and they started patrolling the area more. Back in the 1980s is when this happened. But the head that the guy was trying to cut off would have sold for $400,000 US in 1980. That's how much he could have made off of just the head alone. So it's kind of sad. There's so much that's been destroyed just due to looters, but thankfully they've worked on fixing this, and I'm gonna keep walking around exploring and show you all some of this beautiful place before we get on the bus again for the next stop. This place is huge. I know there's like other groups around, but I've managed to find myself alone. We have like 30 minutes to kill walking around exploring before I have to get back on the bus. So really beautiful, nice place. As usual, it's so sad that everything got burned down and destroyed, but at least we have what we have. It would have been nice to see this place in its prime. I bet it was a pretty majestic thing to see. Hey everybody, we are at the next shrine, enjoying walking around with the tour group, get a little bit of information, and then we get to split off on our own and go explore. So I actually walked a little bit ahead of the tour group, so I'm all alone now over here as I explore, take some pictures. It's pretty hot out. I got 2 layers of sunscreen on, just apply the second layer, so hopefully I'm gonna be all right. I could use it'd be nice to not get burned anymore. I'm still a little toasty from the scuba diving trip. Something to remember when you're solo traveling. It's hard to apply your own sunscreen to your back, but it's even worse to try to apply aloe vera to your sunburned back. So always ask to get help applying your sunscreen, or else you'll end up like me, alone, without anybody to help me apply aloe vera. It's a really pretty walkthrough right here. Let's explore some of this. So these temples you see behind me, the reason that they're shaped like that is an influence of Cambodian and Sri Lankan design. So that's why they have more of a rounder shape to them, more like a bell. Unfortunately, a lot of things burned down. There used to be a huge golden Buddha statue in one of the temples, the main hall nearby, but that got burned down. They said the core that remained is in a museum in Bangkok. Maybe we'll see that later. One fun thing I've noticed about a lot of these heritage sites is they have these AR apps you can download, which is great with the new technology on our phones. And you can see recreations of what these sites would have looked like if they were still standing. And that's really cool. I think that's some really fun technology to be able to mix the new with the old. It's a weird wraparound, yeah. So I'm gonna head over to the more modern temple. It was my understanding that there was a visiting dignitary whose ancestors were part of the destruction, and he felt such shame and guilt over how all this area was treated that he spent 20,000 US dollars, this was in the 90s, to restore this one particular temple. So you get a kind of idea of what it would have looked like. So we're gonna walk in there right now. Wow.
The size of the island almost same size like Singapore. If you drive along the road around the island, it takes around 12 kilometers long. It was surrounded by 3 rivers, like a national mode. The river in the north of the island, that is Lopburi River. On the east side of the island, that is Pasak River.
I'm standing next to the laying Buddha, right near the butt. Heads up there. Some more ruins. It was the Burmese that were responsible for a lot of the burning and destruction of these temples. So it was the Burmese politician is the one that donated so much to the last one because of all the guilt that he felt. So we're gonna explore this place for the next 20 minutes, and then we're gonna get on the bus to head to the place where we're gonna do the cruise. What's up, everybody? I'm on a boat again, taking the cruise. Part of this adventure is the cruise back to Bangkok. About a 2-hour cruise down the river. This tour guide's still going, talking about the left and the right, talking about old hotels that are busted down, talking about all the restaurants along the water, talking about a little island that we went past where there's no cars allowed. You're only allowed to use your motorcycles. It's a really nice day. It's a little cloudy, not too bad. I'm not gonna stay out too long so I don't get sunburned again. It is, yeah, beautiful day out on the river. The plan now is just to enjoy the cruise back to Bangkok. Have a drink, have a cocktail, and then I don't know what I'll do in Bangkok tonight. Sleep probably. Find someone to run aloe vera on my back. I'm so tempted to get a short time with a girl to get her to rub aloe vera on my back. Say, meet me at this hotel room. She's gonna start taking off her clothes. I'm gonna say, hold on a second. I'll take off my clothes first. You rub aloe vera on me. I'll see you later. I'm gonna take a nap. That's my idea of short time. Let's keep cruising.
And all that stuff. So
Yeah, they take it real seriously. Whew. Hey everybody, I'm back in my hotel. Had a great cruise down the river, a great buffet of food. Tour guide first was his name. He was great, telling us everything going on. I got back to my hotel and I was like, man, I really need a massage. So I asked the hotel front desk and they said yes, they provide massage services. So they sent a girl up and that was great. Got a massage for like $7, maybe. American, you know. So that was nice. Got a very nice massage. And then I took a shower and went out for a walk and picked up a joint for tonight and talked to, there's a bar right next door attached to the Holiday Inn, and there's a guy that works there named Alex, and he speaks pretty good English. He's French, but he grew up in Thailand, so he knows French, he knows Thai, and he knows English. There was a bit I wanted to touch on earlier that happened today. I thought was really interesting. When we were in the tour guide, before we got to one of the temples, first told us, he said, hey, there's elephants and we have people that ride the elephants, and a lot of people will say that's bad and don't do it, and just, you know, so you know that this is part of my culture and this is what, you know, these people do, and they take good care of the elephants, and they love and they respect them, but they ride them. So, which of course, you know, you viewer may know, but that's not good to have people riding around on elephants. But at the same time, I get it. He was, you know, he wants to get his culture respected and everything. So it was interesting. So we did see an elephant. And then we saw like a little corral where they were keeping them, and they seemed happy enough. I don't know. I'm not, you know, about to like claim on that I know everything. But it was just interesting that he wanted to. I imagine he gets annoying for these people having to deal with Western tourists, you know, whoever, that feel like they know better, you know, about how things should be handled. And he made some good points. He was like, you know, here in Thailand, if you kill an elephant, you know, that's jail. If you kill your own horse, you know, back home, nothing happens. That's your horse. That's your property. So he made sure to let us know how much they value elephants, and so it was very interesting. So all right, let's go see what this night holds.